Oh, good evening, Baron. Thank you for coming. Please, have a seat. I said sit. Ah, excuse me. Despite fully expecting that expression of shock on your face, I can't help but be amused right now. I assure you, though, I mean not come off as arrogant. You didn't know that, I think, that one of my clan can be modest, I guess. But then again, you didn't know I've mastered dominate many years ago either. Oh no, don't speak, don't even bother. By that frown I can tell you're about to threaten me, as is your nature. Don't worry though, I will enlighten you, I will tell you why I've summoned you here. And, if anything, I can promise you some clarity. You see, I am angry, Baron. Quite angry with your Anarch experiment and the secret deals with your fiendish friends in Transylvania. Your pacts that have brought so much destruction to both Kindred and Kine. Yes, I know all about that and much, much more. You fought so hard to keep out the Camarilla on the pretense that their ideology is outdated and medieval. How ironic. But I'll tell you right now, flawed as it may be, it's the closest thing we may ever have to anything that might resemble order and coexistence with the humans. While I do believe it is in dire need of a reform, like an old ship that sailed for far too long without making port, it's still infinitely better than the overall devastation you and your allies wrought upon this country. I've grown tired of waiting for a change, tired of Romania's reputation, tired of its leaders, you most of all. But more than that, I'm exhausted and exasperated with the lies, slander and defamation regarding my own clan. Oh, those useless roses and their useless art. Airheads swooning over beauty, acting like children falling in love for the first time while the world burns around. You know, that kind of talk. Granted, we did encourage you all to see us as such, yet I could not fathom anyone would think us so naive. We, who fueled the fires of Rome's soldiers when they razed your Bruja utopia to the ground, your fucking Carthage. Do you think we would fall so far from that to becoming, what, just some mindless puppets drooling over a painting? No, we were never that severed from the politics and the wars, Baron. And I in particular have kept a close watch on what the Ivory Tower had been up to all these years, as well as the other sects, of course. So now, with the Sabbat broken to pieces and the Anarchs stirring up more trouble than they can handle, not that they could ever handle that much, with the Tremere in disarray and especially with Mitress out of the way, we may finally see some progress. Finally indeed, that pompous self-adoring histrionic fuck is gone, and may he rot in hell for keeping us on the outside for nearly a century. Naturally, it won't be easy to change the Camarilla's mindset once they take over. We both agree, I believe, that their monarchic leadership is inefficient at best. But I do believe, in time, it will bear fruit. It almost saddens me that you won't be around to witness these transformations, as I can sense that drop of humanity that is still lingering in your corpse sparks some idealism even now. I can imagine at least a minuscule part of you would appreciate what is to come. But while we share that idealism, that bond with humanity, albeit variable, I, a Toreador, am neither naive nor stupid, as I told you earlier, Baron. I will not let you live. You will not survive this night. But rest assured that the Tzimisce you've conspired with for so long will burn as well. I can tell you doubt me behind that stern and furious and apparently intimidating expression. But, like I promised, Baron, I can at least offer you some final clarity. You see, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Oh, no. My dominate, for example, I've traded disciplines with an old acquaintance of yours. I do believe you remember the knight Preda, whose lord you've betrayed and who ended up headless at Schellenberg. He's just recently been named Archon, and Mihai's other friend, Selim. You might remember him as well, although he was at the time fighting for the Turks. Now an Essamite, and a close friend, with friends of his own. As for my other allies, oh, they are going to have a blast hunting down your dragon friends up in the mountains, because if there's any one group that's as pissed off and as frustrated as I am, that would be the Silverfangs. Oh, surprise, Baron? Yes, Lupines. It only took the right words to stir their hearts and have them sharpen their claws. But you've done the same thing, I believe, just before Red October. Funny how things turned out, and karma is indeed a bitch, isn't it? Now, as this stake pierces your heart, I want you to know two things. That you will be a werewolf meal momentarily, and that this, not just your demise, but your whole rules collapsing around you, was achieved by a harmless little Toreador.